Punisher's concerned, there are some, as I say, some people just need to die.
I thought it was very flattering for the studio to come to me and for Marvel to come to me. Having something that has such a huge following, it's quite a compliment to get an offer like this. Here's a guy whose heart just darkened and who basically thinks he can only save the world by killing everybody who's bad, and that's just right up my alley.
Lexi Alexander and all of the actors that we've brought on board really embraced the comic books as the source for their characters and for the look of the film. So there was a complete commitment to bringing that sensibility to life.
We're sticking so honestly to the source material, to the Max series, to the Tim Bradstreet illustrations, to the Garth Ennis characterizations. Right from frame one, it's going to stand up as Punisher Warzone. There's a reinvention of the wheel, and we've discovered a way of telling it, which I think is going to create a whole new legion of fans.
Before this, maybe you have Dick Tracy, which to me is very stylized, but also looks very clean. Punisher wants to be a little more gritty. The colors, the contrast, very dark.
It was important to me to be authentic, and if you read those comic books, and if you see those pictures, there will be people impaled and heads shot off and exploding, and that's what it is. And I think once I said yes to this movie, I committed to it, and we all committed to making it authentic, and I think everything else is a sin.
Frank is a take action kind of guy. He doesn't ask questions. A lot of times doesn't take names and numbers. When he sees something that needs to be fixed, he fixes it.
And so the action is based on that. There's a lot of gunplay, and there's a lot of great hand-to-hand combat, and it's very fast. Because I personally, when I go see an action movie, if something doesn't happen within 20 minutes, even I think about my laundry.
We have sequences that take place throughout every imaginable urban setting. One of the most challenging things about bringing this film to life was coping with weather. And in this case, it was filming nights in late fall and winter in Montreal. We'd be filming and it would be 22 below zero outside. Even when we were inside, we were in unheated locations. There were sequences that we had to film later on in Vancouver because once the snow fell in Montreal, it never left.
Somebody has to punish the corrupt.
Ray Stevenson is Frank Castle. From the time that he walked in the door, he was a Tim Bradstreet cover brought to life.
He's so into this character. He has the perfect height and the perfect size, and he's been working out and he's been getting into guns.
It wasn't my wish that people would actually walk out the cinema wanting to be the Punisher. To say that people want to be the Punisher is to say, well, do they want to be Frank Castle? If some people want to be the Punisher and tool up and right the ills of their life and punish people, they're in denial. Frank Castle in himself is in such a dark place. He's in a tunnel without any light.
I think if anything makes this movie work, it's Ray Stevenson.
From now on, you call me Jigsaw.
Dominic West is an incredibly good actor for this because he really understands what the disfiguration actually means in humanity.
It's very liberating to wear a mask, and it means that you're not hampered by naturalism or one's own looks. One can be fully a different character, and I suppose that's always what excited me about acting, was transformational acting. I get very nervous doing fights, and it was interesting fighting with Ray because he's done a couple more than me so far, and he's completely calm, which is exactly how you have to be, otherwise you're going to hurt each other. Because I just lose it when they go action. I just become completely unprofessional, which is exactly what you don't want in someone you're fighting. You want someone who's in control. Unfortunately, Ray is, but I'm not.
Step the fuck away from my little girl.
Mom, that's a dad word.
Go inside, Grace.
I kind of phrase, what was it, Julie bends but she doesn't break. She has this fragility, but she's tough cookie.
Here's a woman who, for me, has a little bit more of an edge, is a little bit tougher. She's not just the damsel in distress that needs to be rescued. She's the mother bear, the protector, will do anything to save her child.
With all due respect, Captain, that is bullshit!
Colin Salmon is another larger-than-life character.
I really insisted on this character because what he represents is the other side of Castle. So really, who Paul Budiansky is, it's his alter ego. That's a really great thing to have in a story, because there's got to be somebody who has to say what you're doing is wrong.
The beautiful thing about Colin is that you've got a big guy who's as big as the Punishers, who will trade blows. He is the sort of good side that maybe Frank could have been.
And my character flies really close to understanding where the Punisher's at, but due to the fact he still has love, he still has his wife, he doesn't quite cross that line, and actually Frank Castle sort of talks about that with him and says, you do not want to be me.
Yummy, yummy, yummy in my tummy, tummy, tummy.
LBJ is not a character from the comic book, but a character that Lexi created.
Doug Hutchison plays a great psychotic character. This part could be boring if it wouldn't be for him playing it.
What's interesting about Looney Bin Jim is that when they pick me up at the asylum and we escape, I'm on medication, but then I don't take my medication with me. So that by the end of the movie, when I have this incredibly insane fight with the Punisher, I'm just unleashed.
We feed off each other's pretended insanity.
There's this intense brotherly love between us. We'll do anything for each other. And so we've been trying to find windows of opportunity to show how much we love each other.
So we're trying to up that as much as possible because it just makes it more weird.
Don't worry, I'm here.
Give me your fucking gun.
Dash and I have a little bit of history because he was in my first short film and I've known him for a long time. Detective Martin Soap pretends to be one thing and really there's something much deeper going on. That's really his mythology, is that he outsmarts everybody as he's being the biggest dork.
I don't really get to do much action in this movie, which is a bummer. My first day of shooting, it's a scene at the bar where Budiansky comes into Soap and says he needs to find Frank Castle. And he just pimp slaps me off the bar and I fall down on the ground. And that was the opening of the movie for me. And my only action was getting itch slapped. You know what I'm saying?
You boys play nice.
The idea was that Wayne Knight was a little bit of a comedic relief, and Wayne is obviously incredible at that, but then what interested me more was when Wayne was vulnerable and serious. He's so good at that.
And I'm very glad that he doesn't get the demise that we had in the comic books, which is actually Frank basically sawn off shotgun, takes his head off. Having met Wayne and worked with Wayne, I'm very glad I'm not dispatching him.
When I was shot, I was supposed to keep my eyes open. After being shot, we didn't have a lot of takes. I'm like, no problem, I'll keep my eyes open. Oh, you closed your eyes. Oh, okay, well, next time I'll keep them open. I couldn't do it. Boom, you know.
It's so exciting to be able to bring all of these elements together. The best cast, the best crew, a really world-class director.
We really try to do everything to be as authentic to the comic book as possible. This is everything I imagined and more.